Hello all. Can you confirm if you can hear me? Am I audible? If you can hear me, just type chat. Just type yes in the chat, and we will also wait for some time to see if somebody else wants to join. If you can hear me, please type yes in the chat. If you can hear me, please type yes in the chat so that I know that my audio is working fine. Thank you, Srijan, for letting me know. So, how are you guys? How was your week? Everything's going fine? And of course, you can post your uh, queries in the chat. I'll pick them one by one. And we'll also wait for some time to see if more people are joining in. And if in between you will hear some noise, there's work going on in the house beside mine. So that's there. Apologies for that, but I can't really do anything about it. So yeah, feel free to post your questions in the chat. I will be more than happy to answer them. No questions today. Maybe we can just chill out here. Some people are joining in, so hopefully they will have some questions. Or maybe I will put some questions. Hi, Bill. How are you? Is the background noise too much? Your salary of itna ke you mentioned in, is it pre-tax or it is pre-tax? So there will be tax deduction as well. So yeah, salary is not looking too good. But at least they are sponsoring my visa, so that's there. I had a question regarding SOPs. Most schools have a strict criteria of 500 words only, which isn't quite enough for me to touch upon everything. What do you suggest? Well, if they have a word limit of 500, you have to stick under that. And to do that, I think you need to remove all the uh, background setting up stuff, like like most people like to write about, let's say you want to go for data science, so they like to write nowadays data science is growing because data is growing every day and all those things. So you have to remove those kind of things and straight come to the point and tell them what you have done, and what type of projects you have. Don't go in too much depth about your project, just tell what your project does, what tools you used, and what was the outcome. Those are the important things if you want to suggest your uh, projects. So mention at least two projects in one paragraph, and in other paragraph you can use that for your achievements whatever you have. And in probably in the first paragraph you can write about your bachelor's and scores what you have got. So to cover all those things, I think you will use all the 500 words, and hopefully you won't exceed more than that. And if you have work experience, you can have another paragraph, and you will have to deduct a little bit from other paragraphs and add those things in your work experience as well. So if you try to structure like this, probably you will be able to fit in 500 words. Do you know any American universities you can recommend for data science? I don't really have much idea about American universities, so I was just talking to one of my friends, so I still need to ask about universities and stuff. So uh, if she is fine, she can probably come on channel and share her experience. She is doing her masters in US. If not, then probably I will just ask her about universities in general, and probably I can make a video on that. So yeah, I just don't want to comment on something which I'm not aware of, which is not good for you or for me as well. So yeah, I don't really have much idea about American universities at this point. What do you guys think? After looking at everything, whatever is going on here in the UK, do you guys still think you should be coming to UK for masters, or are you guys preferring to go somewhere else? Just want to understand your perspective, because it's always good for me also to know what you guys are thinking, because that also gives me a good perspective. Uh, what type of content should I make for you guys so that it will be helpful for you guys? So yeah, do let me know here in the chat. What are your plans? I actually made a video about US and UK. So yeah, if you haven't checked out that video, you should go check out that video. I tried to look into the situation from various different perspectives, so that it will give you a better understanding. Today, so far, we have a lot less questions. I'm doing good, Rupa. Thank you. I hope you are doing well as well. Why don't you opt to work somewhere else with a better salary? 35K. Yeah, it actually seems quite low, but then the thing is, I'm staying in Newcastle, which is relatively less expensive as compared to any other cities in the UK, and it is considered as one of the cheapest cities in the UK. So that's there. If I move to bigger cities, let's say London, Bristol, or anywhere like that, there they are offering me salary of around 50K or 45K, but then the cost of living there is actually really high. So for a room, something like this one where I'm living, I am paying around 450 or something per month, 450 pounds per month. And if I have to take a similar kind of room in probably London or somewhere, I will easily have to pay around 800 or something. So clearly the rent has been doubled. But then salary is not double, right? If they are paying me around 70, 80 or k something like that, then probably I can consider moving to London or somewhere like that. So that is also something which I need to consider. So it's not just about the basic salary, because I had offer from one more company which was paying around 50k, but then for that I had to move to London, and the company was in the middle of London, like in the exact city center. So either I had to live like really far from the city center and then commute at least 1 hour or maybe more than that every day, which was actually not too convenient. So that's why I decided to stay in Newcastle and work for less. Yeah. So hopefully in future the salary will grow, but yeah, I had to consider a lot of different things. It's not just about the base salary. uh, US UK seem to be the best bet right now if planning to go abroad for higher studies. India too is a viable option, however gate is too competitive with far fewer seats. I totally agree with you. Maybe you can also consider, let's say, I mean, Germany is also hit. I mean, whole Europe has been hit quite a lot because of the war which is going on here. So that is there. But yeah, I totally agree with you. Uh, if I have to share my experience, like before coming here, I always wanted to come outside to study, but my parents were not actually agreeing. They wanted me to study in India, so I decided to take GATE, and I had around 2 to 3 months to prepare for that, and I prepared, and my rank was around 5,000 something, and you know that with 5,000 rank you can't really get anything, any good university. So that was there, but before the result came, I was able to convince my parents so that I can come out, and they agreed. So I decided not to go for GATE, and I took this one. And uh, to be very frank, there are so many people, they try to write GATE over and over again, but there are chances that they won't be able to crack that if they are not able to crack it in one go. So if you are if you are preparing for, let's say, 2 months or 3 months, and if you are able to at least crack GATE, let's say you have qualified for something, then probably you can prepare next year even better, and then you can maybe get a rank of 100,000 or something. Then probably you will find something, but that is not the case. So rather than wasting your time to attempt GATE over and over again, it's better to look for opportunities outside, because it's lot easier to get into universities outside if you go to IITs, and it's actually worth going outside because you learn a lot in a practical sense. Because even if you go to IITs or NITs, the study that you will do or whatever you will learn, it will most likely be theoretical. So that is there. And I think doing bachelor's from IIT is more worth than doing masters, especially MTech. So that's there. So yeah, that's what I think, but people have different opinion. And there is this YouTuber, or I think Ravindra Babu Ragul. I think he used to put a lot of gate related, computer science related gate tutorials and stuff. So he used to really focus a lot on people getting into gate, and he used to tell people like it's a really good option. But I personally think, I mean, I took his advice also at that time, but then I reconsidered it as well. And I think, yeah, it's better to go out, because you not only learn practical stuff, you also become a lot independent, and you get that sense of independent feeling, and you make your own decisions a lot more. Those are the things. So yeah, that's what I feel like. It's better to not waste your time reattempting gate again and again. Rather try to go outside and explore more. That way you meet a lot of people from various backgrounds, and also it opens up your mind as well. So yeah, that's what my thought is. If you think, if anyone of you here think differently, do let me know in the chat because it will be really interesting to know your what's your perspective. I have offer from University of Nottingham for MSc Data Science. I have experience as a data scientist with more than 3 years in one of the big four. Okay, should I go for masters in data science? If you are talking about one of the big fours like Google, Microsoft, Amazon, Facebook, and stuff, and if you already have data science experience of over 3 years, I think you will be able to find something. Like if you want to apply for a job in the UK, probably you can directly apply for a job and hopefully you will find something. But if you have tried that and if you are finding it hard, I can't really comment on University of Nottingham's data science course because I don't remember what they are covering in the course curriculum. But as you are already in data science, I am pretty sure that you know what you want from the course. So I think, yeah, as far as the university goes, it has a good name in the market, so that's there. So yeah, you can definitely go for that if you are not getting job directly without having to study in the UK. But if you have not tried that, try that as well. And Yeah, these companies are actually good. EY, Deloitte, PwC, and KPMG. These are also a good company. So yeah, if you have already tried applying for jobs and you have been unsuccessful in that, then probably it's better to go for masters. And I'm pretty sure that after that you will be able to find job relatively easily. And in general, University of Nottingham is a good university. What are the job opportunities experienced candidate after once you have like you told you have 3 years of experience, so once you have that much amount of experience you tend to get jobs relatively easily as compared to someone who is a complete fresher, because most of the people in my batch who had some amount of experience, be it relevant or irrelevant, they have managed to find something. Those who are complete fresher, they are still trying to find something, but at least they are getting interview calls. But after that, it totally depends on your skills, how well you do in the interviews, and how, I mean, whether you are able to crack those interviews or not. So yeah, I think. After finishing your course, maybe within 6 months, you will be able to find something, or maybe even before finishing your course, you will be able to find something. So that's there. Based on the various statements made by the UK ministry about a visa, then the energy crisis and inflation, will it be good option to pursue masters in such situation, or should I look for Ireland? Things are not looking good in the UK for sure. I'm not very sure about what's the situation in Ireland. If it is looking good, then you can definitely consider Ireland. But then, yeah, I have. It's a very big topic, and I have a dedicated video about it. Should you come to UK in 23 or not? So that type of though that video is actually there on the channel, so you can look into that channel, into that video actually on my channel, so that you will get a bit of idea about it. And if you still have some queries, you can post your queries in the comment section in that video. I'll be more than happy to reply to that. But if things are looking good for Ireland, then definitely you can try that. As for currency, is definitely UK currency is falling down by quite a bit as opposed to euro. Do you get any benefits apart from basic salary? Yeah. So I have share options. I get some insurance and stuff, health insurance, and then uh, you get a little bit of budget to spend on learning if you want to take some course or something. So those kind of things. So those things are there. Considering the recession and the flimsy job market in the UK right now, and for another 2 years, is it a good option to go there for masters in data science, even if we get into a top Bristol universities? Uh, if you look at it truly from the perspective of finding a job, whether you will be able to find a job or not, it depends on your skills, obviously. If you ask me whether there are opportunities or not, so yes, there are opportunities. And if you don't trust me, just go to LinkedIn and put a filter as United Kingdom and search for data scientist, let's say. You will see like so many jobs there. But then also what you will see is many people have applied for those jobs. So competition is also very high. But then if you look into other countries as well, job market, competition is really high there as well. So it all comes down to how well you are able to demonstrate your skills, uh, about your portfolio also, what all things you have in your portfolio. And one of the very important thing is your communication skills, because in one of the interviews where I was being interviewed, I personally felt like I could have done a bit better in terms of technical skills, but I was able to present in a very good way whatever I presented. So they really liked my communication skills and they offered me the job. So if you have a really good communication skills and you are able to explain things in a better way, I think that helps a lot. And if we talk about for next 2 years, it all depends on what policies the government will bring. So it could go up, it could go down. So I can't really comment on that. But yeah, for now, things are not really looking good. So, and if you're trying to do, let's say, part-time job or something, I think it's better to go to US and maybe not UK, because then you will be earning in dollars, which is very, very expensive at this point, and you will be able to convert. If you want to send money back home, then definitely will be able to get a lot more Indian rupees. Is Hertfordshire a good university? Yeah, a lot of international students like to go there, mainly because their fees is less and course is also good. But just make sure that you don't get into a circle where you have wrong type of crowd. So just keep yourself away from that type of crowd. Apart from that, I think you should be fine. What is the average pay of management master's student? I don't really have any idea about management, so I can't comment on that. How many hours are you likely to work in a day? Is the job flexible like how people claim? It is flexible. They have mentioned on my offer letter that I will have to work 40 hours per week, but it is flexible enough. So there is no rigid starting time or ending time per day. Like some companies do have that people have to start at 9 and they have to end at 6. So some of my friends, they are working in some companies, so they have those kind of rigid times. But for me, it's not like that. It's very flexible. So that's again a very good thing. My bachelor's is astronautical engineer, have 1.5 years experience in technical documentation of aircraft manuals. Chances of me getting into ambitious university for data science, any other suggestions? So if you can demonstrate that you have some sort of uh, data science skills or data analytics skills, so if you have taken some courses, let's say on Udemy or maybe on Coursera, and you can show them that yes, you have done some sort of certifications and you have some level of expertise in this domain, I think you should be fine. You will be able to get into Russell Group universities for sure. As for University of Edinburgh or universities of that range, it could be really hard to get into those universities, because people with relevant experience as well sometimes find it hard to get into those universities. So that's there. But if you want to get into Russell Group University, I think you will be able to find something for sure if you can have some certification. How's the Greenwich University and London South Bank University for MSc Data Science? I have got offer from both. I have heard few things about Greenwich, so it is a good university. As for course content, I still need to look into that. So that's there. I don't have much idea about London South Bank University, so I can't comment on that. But yeah, if you want, I can look into the course content of both the universities, and as for course from the perspective of course content, I can always let you know in the comments section. So apart from chat, if you can post it in the, because right now my phone is on charge, so I can't really, or maybe I can just open up a notepad and I will write it on the in my notepad. So yeah, that's there. Or just put a comment in the comment section about these two universities. I will just look into it and I will let you know in the comment section. So that should be helpful, I think. Are you on a skilled work visa now? For how many years? So I am on a tier two visa. Yes. So they haven't really mentioned as at this point. I mean, I'm not at the on the skilled work visa for now because I still have to apply for that, and we are still in progress. So, and they have not mentioned for how many years, but if I have to guess something, it will be 2 years or maybe more. So that is the range what usually people get. So 2 to 3 years could be the range for that skilled visa. So I still need to apply for that, and we are in the process. Thanks for the previous answer. Just wanted to clarify something. So, does getting into a top tier Bristol Group university like Bristol, Southampton, or Edinburgh make any difference with respect to getting a job? Talking from company's perspective, they don't really care about from which university you are. All they care about the kind of skills you have. Now, talking from the perspective of these big universities, they tend to have quite a lot of connections in the industry. They work very closely in terms of research with other companies. So there are chances that you will end up getting an internship, or at least let's talk about internship. So you will end up getting some internship, and maybe later on you can convert that into an offer. So that's where these big universities really help. But if you are thinking that you will solely apply on your own, then the companies which are not part of research or something like that, and there are so many companies, they hire from LinkedIn or other platform as well. So those companies don't really care about from which university you are. So yeah, that's there. And if you guys are finding this session to be helpful, don't forget to give this live session a thumbs up, because it always gives me an indication that yes, these type of sessions are actually helping you guys, so that I can keep doing this, and maybe I can try to more often. But it all depends on how much time I get. So yeah, do hit that like button. Will a CGPA of 9.37 in grads and 2 years of experience be sufficient enough to get a good uni in the UK? Yes, definitely. You have very good score for sure, and you have considerable amount of work experience as well. So yeah, if you put them in a very nice and neat and precise way on your SOP, I think you should be able to find a really good university. I have an admit in University of Co. I can't pronounce it. Okay, Germany for mathematical modeling and simulation. I was thinking of taking data science electives and move to that field, but now I came across UK universities. So, is it worth to wait till September 23 for UK intake for data science? I am guessing that mathematical modeling and simulation course will be very theoretical, and if you want to understand about those machine learning stuff and things, if they are covering those things as part of that course, then I think that could be a really good option, and I think you will be paying less in Germany if it's a fully funded university. But if you have to pay the full fees, I think it can become expensive as well. But if you are more interested in the practical aspect and more of applied part of data science, then I think you can wait. But Also, it depends what you are doing right now. If you are working in some company, then definitely it's worth waiting. But if you are just idle and not doing anything, then probably you can take up some internship somewhere and then you can wait. So it depends what you want to do. If you want to get into mathematics and stuff and nitty-gritty of machine learning algorithms, then definitely that course looks really good to me. But if you want to go to applied part, then you should consider data science courses in the UK. Before going to uni for MS data science, should I do some course on Udemy or Edureka? Will it be considered as a plus point in the UK? If you already have an offer, then you can probably learn these things from YouTube, so that's there. But if you want to make your profile stronger, then definitely doing courses from Udemy or Edureka or Coursera or EDX, it will definitely uh, give you good advantage over other people who don't have anything. So yeah, that's there. It's fully funded university, but the thing is, I have seen people doing the course more than 3 years. So in that way, 1 year in the UK. That was my thinking, because when I was looking for the courses, I wanted to finish up my course really fast because I had some knowledge and background in data science. So I thought I will be able to cover things in a much faster way rather than spending like whole 2 years in a course. So that's why I chose UK. So if that is the case for you as well, I think yes, it's better to wait because if you see it that way, your living expense is not going to be funded by university, I suppose. So you will anyways have to spend quite a lot on a living expense. So in the UK, you will spend from your pocket for your course and living expense for just 1 year. But for that, for the university in Germany, you will have to spend a living expense for like 3 years, and so that's there. And after 1 year, you will start working in the UK, so you will start earning, and you don't have to spend anything from your pocket. So I think you will end up making more money rather than losing money. So that's how I think. So I think in that way, I think it's better to wait. But I also suggest you to work on few things in the ideal time, so that it doesn't look like you have a gap. So that's the thing. That's all. What are the most important tools or modules to look out for in data science course? What are the modules which you checked out while applying for the university? So for me, programming was not important because I knew programming. So whichever universities were providing programming in data science, I mean, it was just like a redundant course for me, a redundant module for me. So I was not interested in that. I mainly focused on machine learning, deep learning, and statistics. So those were my important modules in any of the courses. So if a particular university was offering those three modules, I applied to those universities, and anything else was a bonus. How are the job prospects in Scotland? It's same, but I think more jobs are there towards the London side rather than in Scotland. So that's there. Are the Udemy certificate considered in job market? In job market, no certification is really useful. All they want to see is the work that you have done, the projects that you have done, your GitHub profile, and the portfolio if you have any, and your LinkedIn profile. That's all. So for job market, no certificate holds any strength or any positives. Just to get into universities, these type of certificates do help. Because if you look at my LinkedIn profile, the last time I posted certificate, I don't even remember when I posted that. After that, I have got some other certificates by doing courses here and there just out of interest, and I had some time, but I haven't posted those things because nobody cares about the certificates that you have. All they want to see is the projects that you have done. So that's why I have most of my projects on my GitHub so that people can see, and I have also made a portfolio so that it will get easy for them to see which projects to look into. So yeah, that's there. Anything else, guys? Do you guys have any other questions? If you have, feel free to post. Mm, any one of you or here considering to do courses into, let's say, software engineering or something, or are you all interested in just data science? Because I have seen few people in the comments, they want to do masters in, let's say, computer science, advanced computer science, because they are mainly interested in software development. So yeah, I just want to know what you guys are aiming for, because that way I can probably research more on the good courses for software engineering or, let's say, computer science, and probably I can make a video for that as well so that it will help you guys. So in the meantime, I was thinking to start with data analytics and search for a job in same field, any other way. Yeah, that's a good thing to do, because that way you will learn data analytics, and if you try to look for job or even internship, you will be able to evaluate your learning as well. So that's a good thing to do, and you will gain some experience as well, which will look good on your resume if you when you will start applying for a job after your masters. So that is a good thing to do. I haven't even explored all the features of, let's say, YouTube Live or something, because I was also planning to use OBS. That way, I think probably I can switch screens as well. But I don't know. Uh, I mean, I tried last time. I mean, the first time when I was trying, it went horribly wrong because many people could not see my screen and I was not even audible. So that was there. I'm also thinking to switch to some other setup so that I can probably share my screen and we can go through the course pages together and look into how the course content is. But yeah, we'll get to that sometime later. I'm currently confused between artificial intelligence and data science master's course. Does AI have scope in the job market, or is it more of a research type career? So, if we talk about the job, um, not many companies post job specifically, let's say AI engineer or something like that. But even after doing that course, probably you can apply for data science job roles, but then you will be mainly focused on deep learning part, because from what I have seen here, The universities which are giving you courses for AI, they are mainly focused on deep learning. They're not even uh, giving weightage to machine learning, which is not good, I think, because if you want to get into deep learning or something, you need to understand machine learning as well. But if the university is covering machine learning in depth, then definitely it could be a good option. But for data science, it's not just machine learning and deep learning. You need to know data analysis, data engineering, and all those kind of things. So yeah, as for job market, I think it's better to go for data science. But if you have interest in, let's say, um, machine learning and deep learning, then probably you should go for AI, and you will still be able to find job after that. Because one of my friend who is doing AI course in Northumbria University, he is now applying for data science jobs as well, and he has got several calls. So yeah, you can definitely apply for jobs. It has started becoming a little cold here now. I should have closed the window. Cold wind is coming. Any other questions, guys? I had my graduation in mechanical in 2020. I am currently working as a BA in one of the MNCs and only have 5 6 months of uh, working experience. I am thinking about applying for MS next year in the US and UK. Yep. How to show my experience without getting an experience letter from my company? S- Well, on your SOP, you can definitely mention uh, whatever you have, and as part of application process, some companies, some universities do ask for. They don't specifically ask for experience letter, but they just have a section where you can upload additional documents. That's how I did mine, but it's not compulsory that you have to upload experience letter. So if you just mention it in your SOP, I think you should be fine. And also, yeah, universities do ask for recommendation letter, I suppose. So probably you will have to ask for recommendation letter from your workplace and from your bachelor's university. So probably you will need two recommendation letters. So that way you will be able to show your experience. Which sector prefers data professionals more? So two, or let's say three major sectors are banking sector, insurance sector, and healthcare sector. So these are the three sectors which I have seen here. They are hiring a lot of data scientists. So we can say like that. How is the dissertation in the last semester like? We have to choose our topic, or we have to finish the thesis at a company or topic. So all the options which you mentioned is possible. If you have a really good idea, if you want to work on something, you can do that. And if you don't have, then you don't need to worry. You can, university, at least for my university, they provided a list of different projects which were under research under different professors. So you could pick what project you want to work on, and then for that particular project or for that dissertation, that particular professor will be your guide. So you can do that. What I did was I got internship, so I took that internship project as part of my dissertation. So I did my internship in some company. It was again National University Center of Aging, so I worked there. So I took that project as my thesis or dissertation. So you can do any of those things. Is University of Nottingham good for data science MSc? Yes, I discussed about this earlier. It is a good university. They have good name. Um and yeah, in general it's a really good university. Are the salaries in UK enough to bear the cost of living and also save some for trips, shopping, etc.? I think yes, unless you have a really uh, different type of uh, um, if you like to go to clubs a lot, and if you are into a lot of drinking, smoking and all those things, then probably you will end up burning a lot of money in those things, which is not the case for me. I don't drink, I don't smoke, and I don't have those kind of habits. So in that regard, I think I save quite a lot. So for me, for my living style, I think it is good enough. So if I'm getting a salary of around, let's say, uh, 22 23 thousand sorry, 22 2300 pounds per month, I think I can easily save around, let's say, 1400 or maybe more per month after paying rent and living expenses as well. So yeah, definitely it is possible to save for other things as well, even for your investment if you like, and for trip shopping definitely it is sufficient enough to have a good living. Is Queen's University Belfast good for most affordable among the? Yes, it is the most affordable university because it is in the Northern Ireland, and I think they just offer data analytics course and not the data science course. So if you are interested into data analytics, then is one of the best universities to go to for data analytics course. It's in Northern Ireland. That's why they have to keep the fees less so that people are still interested in going there. Because if they make the fees really high, people won't go to that part. It's just because it is a separate island from the mainland, so that's there. But yeah, you can. And nowadays, it doesn't really matter where you are. All the jobs are conducting their interviews online, so you can attend interviews anywhere. So after finishing your masters, if you choose to come to mainlands, let's say England, or maybe Scotland or Wales, wherever you like, you can come and you can find jobs. So that should not be a problem. I currently work as senior data analyst. Should I focus more on analytics or should I explore more? It's totally up to you. I mean, if you like machine learning, deep learning, then definitely it's worth trying new things. But if you want to enhance your skills even more and if you strengthen your core knowledge, which you already have, then you can probably go to data analytics course. But what I think is you already have good amount of experience because you are senior data analyst. So what I think you whatever you will learn as part of data analytics course, you might already be knowing those things. So I think it won't be worth pursuing that course for you because you won't learn much new things. So I think it's better to go for a, let's say, data science course where you will actually learn about machine learning and deep learning. Maybe not in depth, but at least you will get overview, and that way you will be able to make your mind that do you still want to stick to data analytics or you want to move towards machine learning and deep learning. So that's what my thinking process is. And if you do agree, then that's a good thing. But if you don't, then yeah, that's there. Is it possible to work in Ireland after studying masters in the UK? Yes, it is possible. You can apply for jobs in Ireland as well, but definitely they will prefer people who have done masters in Ireland first. But if they can't really find someone with suitable skills, then it is possible for you to move to Ireland. And it's not just Ireland. You can move to any other location where you want. You can go to any other part of Europe. You can go to Canada. Yeah, so that's there. You can go to Dubai if you like. So you're not just restricted to UK. If we see from a broader perspective, which field is better if one is changing the domain? MS in software engineering and related courses, or data science course? Frankly speaking, data science courses are more suitable for people who are switching their bag or switching their domain, because data science is more interdisciplinary course rather than just for technical people. Software engineering, on the other hand, is very much focused for people who have done their bachelor's in computer science, because then they have those uh, fundamental skills, let's say operating system and stuff, optimization and algorithms, data structure stuff. So that's why most companies like to hire people from computer science background if they're hiring for software engineering. But data science needs some domain knowledge as well, and it's not just the technical skills. So definitely, if you are switching your domain, data science should be the better thing. But if you are truly interested in software engineering, it's not impossible to find something and switch your domain to software engineering, because many people have done that. So it is totally possible. Is data structures and algorithm important for data science? I know basic Python only. Where to learn DSL? It depends a lot on the company. Some companies do ask data structures and algorithm, because I have been through lot of interviews, and some companies did ask me data structures and algorithms. Some companies did not. So that is there. But if you have really good skills in data science and things like that, and basic understanding of how to calculate time complexity of machine learning algorithms, if you know about space complexity, what is the most efficient way to write a particular uh, pipeline, and also if you know about the basic data frames, let's say dictionary, tuple, list, stack queues, I think you should be fine, and you know when to use which data structure. So I think you should be fine. You need not go too much in depth in DSA. But yeah, if you want to learn, it's a very good thing to learn, and if you learn them in depth, it is only going to help you. So if you want to learn that, I think you can use Geeks for Geek. I think, yeah, they have really good data structure algorithm tutorials there. It's a website, so you will have to read through everything. But I think the coding part is in C or C++ maybe. So that's there. But the thing about data structure algorithm is you just need to understand how a particular algorithm works, how a particular data structure works. Once you know that, and you know which algorithm and data structures to use where, you can always code them in any programming language. So data structure algorithm is not restricted to a particular programming language. So yeah, that is there. How different are the hiring process in UK than in India? In India, some companies really like to have those aptitude rounds. Here, not many companies are having those aptitude round. But to be very frank, I like aptitude round rather than what they do here is they give you some sort of quiz. It's not exactly a quiz, but it's a game sort of thing. So you'll have to play those games, and if you perform good, you will move on to other rounds. If you don't, then you will not be moved further. So that's there. And the games are like, they will have a grid, they will show some markings on that, you'll have to remember them, then they will show some different markings, and then they will again show the first pattern, and then you will have to pick them in the same order, which is kind of annoying, because in the beginning it seems easy, but then they go for like 7 8 different patterns, and then it becomes annoying. So yeah, I would rather prefer to have aptitude test rather than this type of. But then not all companies do this kind of thing, so that's there. Apart from that, everything is same. In India also, they give some project that you need to, some take home project, which you need to work on, and then you have to present it. Here also they do those kind of things. Some companies here ask you data structure algorithm. In India also they do that. And then for data science, of course, there are machine learning, deep learning, and those kind of rounds. So in that they ask mathematical stuff. So yeah, it after that it's almost same in any of in even in the UK or in India. How is applied AI course to learn data science? One of the best courses which I have probably taken. I don't know if they still offer that course because they have merged with Scalar, I suppose. But when I took at that time, it was really worth the money. So I really liked that course. Wanted to know about Queen's University Belfast, if that is good option. Also, in regard to the LOR, do we need that from our graduation college or from our previous employer? So, if you have work experience, then you probably, and if it's not significant, let's say if you have work experience of around 1 to 2 years, maybe, or maybe 3 years, then you need to have two letter of recommendations. Most universities ask you for two letter of recommendation. So if you have two of them, and some universities do ask just one, so it's there. But to be on a safer side and to be ready to apply to any university you like, it's better to have LOR from your employer and from your graduation college as well. So that is your LOR question. As for Queen's University Belfast, it is a good university, and I think they just offer data analytics course. If you are if you want to do data analytics course, then Queen's University Belfast is one of the best universities to do that course for sure. To be precise, which hiring process is more difficult, India or the UK, based on your experience? I can't really answer this question simply because I have been through some of the interviews in India as well, and I didn't really find those to be super hard. Same is the case here also. But then I cannot say that the hiring process is easy here as compared to in India. Um, I might not be the right person to answer this question because I found both of them to be on a similar scale. But maybe in the next live stream I can answer this question because I will try to ask other friends as well what they found, so that I can share their experience maybe. So if you can come back next Saturday and probably ask the same question, I hope I'll be able to answer your question if that's okay for you. Any plans to make a video on how to write technical report? Yeah, definitely I have, because many other important topics came because see, even if I make a tutorial videos, if I make uh, this kind of technical report video, there are very few people who are interested in these kind of things. So it does not help a lot of people. But yes, definitely, I make these kind of videos as well because when people ask, even if single person asks, I make a video just so that I can help them. So I will do that. But then many people had asked about, like, say, Canada and job market in the UK, things that are going on in the UK. So I have been getting queries a lot related to those topics. That's why I prioritize those videos first. But yes, I will definitely make a video for this technical report. And I know I've been dealing this for quite some time now. But yeah, I will definitely do that. What are the most affordable cities to live in the UK? So, Newcastle is one of the cities. You can probably look into Coventry, maybe. Coventry could be fine. Then Kent is also, I think, should be fine. I mean, whichever cities which are little bit far from the main cities should be fine. They are less expensive as compared to the bigger cities. Did you give interviews for? I am not really interested in FANG companies because uh, the thing is, um, they do pay a lot. I mean, I am not gonna say that, But I am not just in job. I am working on a lot of different things as well. So I'm working on my own idea as well. So I have a team where I'm working on that thing. Once that is live, you guys will know about that as well. So that is there. And when you go to those companies, you have to dedicate a lot of your time to those companies. I mean, yes, people say that you get a work life balance and stuff, but when you actually talk to people who have worked there, because I have talked to some of my friends, and they say you have to put in a lot of effort and extra time to that, which I cannot commit to because I have my own things to work on rather than working for another company. So that is one reason. But if you are mainly focused on making getting a huge salary, and if you are not working on other things, then definitely it is worth going to those big companies for sure. Any idea about scenario of people who finish MS in UK and work for some 2 years and then return to India in terms of job prospect? Mm, yeah, I mean, if you don't like after 2 years here, you can always go back to India, and you have definitely gained an international experience for sure, and relevant experience that is also there. And that will be counted as a good experience if you go back to India. And let alone the masters that you will do outside India, that is also something which many companies appreciate, because that way you have seen the outer market, which is definitely a plus point. So yes, particularly in data science, yes, I'm talking about that itself. So yes, it is possible, and you can do that, and some of the companies do appreciate that. We are little over 1 hour, so if you guys still have some question, I will still answer those things. But if you don't, then probably we will meet again next week, Saturday, 12 p.m. British Summer Time. It's always fun coming here and talking to you guys like this. All right, then. So I will end the stream for now and hope to see you guys in the next one. And do subscribe to the channel. It always keeps me motivated to make such videos for you guys, and always come on the channel to answer your questions. And yes, give this video thumbs up, because that way I will know that you guys are really liking it and finding it to be more helpful. So I think this will do for today. Hope to see you guys in the next live stream and the videos which I'll be posting over the weeks. So that's there. Bye. Have a great weekend, and enjoy your time. I really like doing streams and talking to people like this one to one. It's always great to see what type of queries you guys have. So it's really nice, and it always feel like I'm actually giving back to the community. So it's always nice coming here and talking to you guys. So yeah, bye. See you guys in the next live stream. Have a great weekend. Have a nice time.